Phrolova is finally here in version 2.5, and yes, she's a full-on Havoc DPS with her own unique rhythm. She's a ranged character who fights mid-air, doesn't rely on basic attacks, and can drop huge bursts of damage without needing much setup. If you're wondering how to build her, what echoes to run, or how her rotations actually work in real teams, this is the full guide. Phrolova is an off-field Havoc DPS who sends her puppet, Heket, into battle while she chills mid-air like a conductor. Her damage comes from her liberation, which sends Heket to smack enemies repeatedly over 24 seconds. But here's the twist, no energy required. You heard me. Zero. Nada. All you need to do is generate 6 notes, hit a hold basic, and boom, liberation unlocked. Just make sure that 25-second cooldown is off. While Heket does its thing, you can trigger bonus attacks, called Enhanced Puppet Strikes, by using different echo types on your other characters. It's like a chain reaction of beatdowns, and yes, it feels amazing. To activate Phrolova's liberation, you need to collect 6 musical notes, and thankfully, there are several flexible ways to do that. Her normal attack string, specifically the third hit of her basic attack, gives 1 note. Using her resonant skill also gives 1. After performing either basic 3 or the skill, you unlock the option to use a forte attack, either basic forte or skill forte, and each of those adds another note. Her dodge counter and intro skill automatically count as basic 3, so they give a note as well. There's also a small bonus mechanic: if you use an echo ability before gaining a note, it turns that note shiny. Shiny notes are slightly stronger, but you don't need to worry about them unless you're deep into min-maxing territory. The good news is you can mix and match freely. Whether you go basic 3 into skill forte, or skill into skill forte, or even something like dodge counter into basic forte, it all works. Just get to 6 notes. That's your entire setup goal. Once you've got them, and liberation is off cooldown, you hold basic attack and enter symphony mode, aka her burst mode, where all the big damage happens. Once Phrolova's liberation is activated, Heket takes center stage. The puppet enters an automatic attack pattern, dealing consistent Havoc damage in a set rhythm. If Phrolova stays on field during liberation, she can dodge manually after the first 2 puppet strikes to trigger enhanced follow-up attacks. These enhanced hits are key to her burst damage, but here's the catch: if Phrolova is off-field, those extra attacks won't happen unless your teammates use echoes of different elemental types. Each unique echo element used off-field can trigger 1 bonus attack from Heket, but duplicates won't count. That's why Phrolova works incredibly well with echo-heavy supports like Canerella, who can rapid-fire echo abilities of varying types. A few important rules during this mode: swapping Phrolova back in will immediately end the liberation early, so avoid it. On the flip side, if you outro her mid-liberation, she automatically fires off 2 enhanced puppet attacks as parting shots, perfect for ending the burst phase cleanly. The full liberation lasts 24 seconds, and once it's over, Phrolova's next intro skill becomes a supercharged version, dealing more damage than usual. You'll also see the aftersound buff appear after using liberation. It's a crit damage stacking buff that gradually builds up as you continue fighting. It doesn't decay during combat, which means the longer the fight goes on, the stronger your bursts become. When it comes to talent upgrades for Phrolova, your top priority should be liberation. This is where the majority of her damage is packed, and it's what you'll be building around. After that, upgrade her normal attacks, since they affect both her basic string and the damage she deals during liberation. Forte circuit comes next, as it's a key part of generating notes. Then her intro skill, and finally the resonant skill, which is mainly used for note generation and utility. For her rotation, here's a clean and repeatable example. Start with basic 1 to 3, then immediately follow up with a skill forte to animation cancel. Optionally, you can use an echo skill here to buff damage or generate a shiny note. Then use the resonant skill and follow it with a basic forte. From there, go into another basic 1 to 3 into skill forte to top off your note count. Once you've hit 6 notes and liberation is off cooldown, hold basic to enter symphony mode and pop her liberation. After you finish bursting, swap out with an outro skill and loop the whole thing again. It's a very fluid and consistent rotation, easy to repeat, and easy to optimize once you get the rhythm down. Phrolova is surprisingly easy to build. You don't need to stress about energy regen at all, it genuinely does nothing for her. Instead, her best setup focuses entirely on crits and echo skill damage. For the optimal echo configuration, you'll want to run 3 pieces of Dreams of the Lost. This set is basically made for her. It gives plus 20% crit rate and plus 35% echo skill damage, which directly buffs all her puppet attacks. Pair that with 2 pieces of Havoc Eclipse for an extra 10% Havoc damage and you've got a deadly combination that enhances every part of her kit. As for your main Echo, it has to be Hecate. Not only is it her puppet lore-wise, it's also the best performing Echo for her gameplay-wise. Equip it with a crit damage main stat, that'll give the best burst results. For the rest of her stats, use Havoc damage % on both of her 3-cost Echoes, and attack % on the 1-cost slots. Don't use attack % on a 3-cost, Phrolova already gains plus 120% attack when she activates Maestro mode, so it's a wasted roll. For substats, your main focus should be crit rate and crit damage first, then attack %, then skill damage, and only then flat attack. With this build, you're maximizing her puppet output and keeping her consistent through all rotations. When it comes to weapons, her best in slot is crystal clear. Lethal Elegy, her 5 signature rectifier, is a huge upgrade. It gives an echo damage boost, amps her puppet damage, and provides crit rate on top. All in all, it performs roughly 39% better than free-to-play options, a massive gap. That said, Cosmic Ripples is an excellent fallback. It provides crit damage and some bonus attack %, making it the top F2P choice. If you've got Stringmaster, that works too. It's still solid, just about 20 to 25% weaker than her signature. But honestly, if you have Lethal Elegy, use it. Talking about sequences, Sequence 1 increases the damage of Phrolova's Forte skill and Forte basic. It also seems to grant 2 free notes at the start of combat. This still needs confirmation, but that's the current assumption. Sequence 2 buffs her hold basic and after sound attacks. Sequence 3 is the big one. It grants an 80% echo skill damage amplification along with some minor stat boosts. This is where most players might want to stop. Sequence 4 gives a 20% team-wide damage bonus. Sequence 5 improves survivability and acts as a stepping stone. Sequence 6 is where things go wild. It powers up Hecate's enhanced attack and allows her to perform those attacks during Forte basics and skills, massively increasing overall damage. One of the stronger Sequence 6 upgrades we've seen recently. Team-wise, her best setup features Phrolova as your main DPS, Canerella as your Echo spam enabler and healer, and Roccia for extra Echo casts and some heavy attack outro synergy. This trio flows perfectly. Canerella helps trigger puppet attacks while healing in the background, and Roccia keeps the pressure up with her skill timing and quick swaps. That said, there are a lot of viable alternatives. You can run Shorekeeper and GN with her. That combo leans into heavy attack synergy and makes her puppet rotation feel extra snappy. If you prefer a more burst-oriented style, try GN or Danjin. Both have strong outro damage and benefit from quick swapping into Phrolova. You can also run Gigi and Carlotta with her to deal extra damage in between. If you're F2P, Havoc Rover and Danjin or Verena and Sanhua are perfectly serviceable options as well. Even without Canerella or Roccia, her core damage doesn't fall apart, but if you do have them, the synergy is amazing. So, is Phrolova worth pulling for? I'll cover that fully in another video. But for now, she's a flexible off-field DPS with unique echo synergy, smooth rotations, and solid performance even without her full signature team. Whether you're running full meta or experimenting with alt comps, there's plenty of potential. This has been Rihaten, signing off. Peace.